What is up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here, asking what you watching. Today, I am watching Carry On. Now, this movie stars Taron Egerton, Jason Bateman, Sofia Carson, Danielle Deadwyler, Curtis Cook, Sinqua Walls, Josh Brener, Norris, and Logan Marshall-Green. It is written by T.J. Fixman and Michael Green. It is directed by Johnny Collette Sarah. Produced by Hick Barrio, Seth William Myers, Dylan Clark, and Scott Greenberg. Could we be witnessing the next Tom Cruise? Taron Egerton is doing a whole lot of running in this film, and it is reminiscent of Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible and a lot of other movies he has done. Now, in this film, Taron Egerton stars as a TSA agent named Ethan Kopech. Now, Ethan comes off as a guy with a few hang-ups and a lot of daddy issues. It's clear he's dealing with something has occurred in his past, but he unknowingly and unexpectedly becomes a major player in a terrorist plot that is about to take place in his workspace. He works at an airline. Him and his girlfriend, they are both employed there. His girlfriend's name is Nora, and Nora has revealed that she's expecting a child. And with this knowledge of knowing this, she feels it is a great time for him to pursue his dream, to go back to pursuing it. They're going to be a family. He's reluctant, but knowing that this is in the works, that he will soon be a father, he decides to convince his boss to give him an opportunity to prove himself, to learn and work in a different position at TSA. So on this day, he will be working in security check-in. And it just happens to be Christmas Eve, which is one of the heaviest, busiest, crowded, and most demanding days of all at the airport. Now, he is the person who scans your carry-ons, your bags, and check to see if you have some prohibited items or some dangerous weapons before you board the plane. So he's the one that is looking in your bags through the X-ray machine, so they can see if you're carrying something that you're not supposed to be, something that is dangerous or maybe used to do something malicious. So Ethan is doing this job, and it is his first time in this particular position. So as he is doing his job, he is handed an earpiece and receives a text from an unknown person telling him to put the earpiece in his ear. And when he does, there's a strange and unfamiliar voice on the other end, and he is demanding that he follows particular instructions that he must follow in order to keep his pregnant girlfriend Nora alive. Now, at first he thinks this is some kind of prank or joke or somebody just being a butthole, but then he soon learns that this guy on the other end is serious as a heart attack, and he has access to his and his girlfriend's every move. He's watching everything he's doing. Their every move is being monitored, and the caller has access to all of their personal information. So now he's being blackmailed, and the terms are, and it seems simple enough, he is to allow a person who is coming through his security line with a suitcase. He is to allow him to pass through and ignore what he has in his suitcase. Whatever shows up on the X-ray machine, he's just supposed to let him go through and board the plane. If not, it will cost him the life of his unborn child as well as his fiance. So that's all he's told to do. Ignore the contents of the suitcase. When he comes through the checkpoint, just don't alert anybody. Don't set off any red flags. Seems simple enough. But here's the problem. The person who is carrying the suitcase is carrying a substance within it that could kill millions of people. So Ethan has a very difficult choice to make. The woman he loves or millions of people. I gave this movie a 3.5 stars because it caught my attention when he realized that his every move was being watched. You're like, I can't write a note. I can't pick up the phone and say, hey, this guy's going to kill us all, or I may lose the person that I love. It was exciting, and it had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was like, biting my nails. How is he gonna get out of this? Or will he be able to get out of this? And I was thinking, surely he's just gonna sacrifice himself and his fiance. But it's like I said in the beginning, the main character in the whole synopsis is very similar to the kind of movies that we have become accustomed to seeing Tom Cruise play in. And although it did run a bit long, I can't say it wasn't interesting. I was completely committed to watching this movie to its end. Now, Jason Bateman, he is usually in funny or not so serious roles, but he was just so evil and dispassionate and a nonchalant villain in this film. Just straight wicked and heartless. I don't know if I've ever seen him play in such a role. I've seen him being funny and nice, nasty, but he was just a horrible guy in this movie. And I have to admit, even though it ran long, this was an interesting movie to me. I had to watch it to its end. Now, there are some scenes that I question if it could or would it in fact happen, because I never understand when I watch some of these movies, and I think it is done to keep our attention. But whenever these people are being pursued, it seems that they run away from the people that could actually, or places that could actually help or protect them, and they go to the dark parking decks or the areas or places where they can find no actual help. There's no one there to assist them. And I always wonder, why do these people do this? And perhaps it's just to make the movie more interesting. But it leaves you, after watching this movie, you're wondering about you start thinking about the reality of how easy it is for some people to hack security cameras and electronic devices that we rely on every day. And it can leave you just a little bit paranoid after watching this movie. But Carry On is rated PG-13. And if you are interested in checking out this film, you most certainly can do so, because it is now streaming on Netflix. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me your comments on what you thought of this movie. And join me weekly for another review or movie recommendation. And I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what you watching?